Everyone knows that we already have these tremendous tension between African American communities and law enforcement, which was why every time that a police officer shoots someone, like what we've seen very recently, responsible people, especially those in power, but in the media too, responsible people should be saying the following. What we saw is very disturbing. There's going to be a fair, full, thorough investigation, and on the basis of the facts that we uncover, we are going to deal with this through our system of justice. If they don't do that, if that doesn't happen, then you can protest that peacefully, and you can demand that justice be served. What you cannot do is what we're seeing now. What we cannot continue to have is people taking to the streets and burning things down, attacking people, vandalizing property, threatening cities, a reign of terror in our streets. That has to end. I don't care how righteous you think your cause is. I don't care how great you think what you're standing for may be. No one has a right to riot in America. Likewise, these people showing up dressed as G.I. Joe, you're not helping the police. You're making their job harder. You're making their job harder because they got to deal with you, and now they got to deal with the rioters as well. That needs to end. Also, what needs to end is all this harassment. You know, last week, people leaving the president accepting the Republican nomination, getting chased by a mob through the streets of Washington, D.C. That's unacceptable. That needs to stop. That needs to be condemned. You know what else needs to stop? If you're a counter-protester, if you're against what the rioters are doing, don't drive with a bunch of other people through the middle of what they're already doing, because you know that's going to lead to even more violence, more rioting, more problems. If you do that, you're looking for problems. All this stuff needs to stop, and everyone needs to talk about it very clearly, because otherwise, the tragedies we've already seen, you're going to have a lot more of them. More innocent people are going to be hurt, more destruction in this country, more chaos. It makes us look terrible to the rest of the world. We don't do these things in America. All of this stuff needs to end. And responsible people need to speak out against it. It doesn't matter what side of the issue you are on or who it is you're going to vote for. No one has a right to provoke violence or to do things you know are going to provoke violence, and no one has a right to set fires and to riot and to loot. No one. It needs to end now.